Here she is, folks. We are pretty much there, ready to go now. So this is the Savage Gear E-Rider kayak. This is how I've set it up to how I need to have things done. And something interesting underneath there. So that's a push motor, 600 watt motor, and that comes up to the controller, which is run by a Bluetooth controller, and then obviously plugged into 2 lithium batteries, which approximately give me about an hour at full pelt apparently for each one. Not that I'm doing full pelt, I'm not trolling. This is just to get me to one spot to the other. As you probably noticed, I'm not using the original seats because they're just too low. And most of us that have these are ditching them and have something that is actually a lot higher to sit on. So obviously this is the seat box I've got, and in it is housing air pumps, battery power, the bits and pieces I don't need. So I'm kind of getting everything in one place. It's got 3 rod holders on the back. Mind you, I'll probably only really be using one at a time, but there you go. The option to have rather than not. And then on this end of things, where the other seat would have been going, is my toolbox come stuff, really. So whenever I take some of my photos, I like to have it on a stick so that you can get the awesome chin and grip stuff. So it quite literally just sits in there in a star port that's easy to disconnect. I've got just a tool caddy, and these things like to go overboard, so you try not to get them overboard. I did replace the ropes for my own ropes, so I didn't quite like the ones that came with it. I've added a front cleat on there as well, and the anchor trolley. So we've got a front D-ring on there, all with its own little rollers, and down to this little bit here, and that's where you clip on your anchor and then either move it to the front of the kayak or midships or to the stern. So you've got the choice there. So really easy to get together, and just bear with me whilst I put the battery pack away, because lithium batteries don't like getting wet. So that's the batteries put safe, at least. In saying that, I need to work out a way to kind of cap the power plugs from getting wet or damp or anything like that. Stop them from shorting out. And then, although there's times where we do need paddle power, I've got a angler's paddle. It has something that helps you desnag your lures and your flies, and I've got a measurement down there as well. That actually came in from the States rather than the Savage Gear one. And a recent addition is the wheels, and again, they're not easy to stow on this, so I can't fit them in the box or under the bow, and I'm definitely not going to have them kicking around in the boat there. They're just trying to reduce stuff that's going to get snagged up with your fly line. So I need to work out a way to easily detach the axle there. Easily done with bolts with pins and similar sort of rigging to this sort of thing. I just got to find it and get it set up. Obviously, safety. Now, being a lady, we have extra baggage up front, and I find a lot of the traditional life vests are too bulky. They get in the way when I'm trying to retrieve and pretty much do anything. So this is actually designed for kayaks and kayak use. and it's neoprene. It's got the solid foam pieces in there, and I've already tried it. It doesn't get in the way of anything. It's quite slim and compact, and I quite like that. So yeah, happy with this, and I'm looking forward to getting out on the water with it, be it that it's going to be probably next week with all the adorable weather we're having at the minute. So yeah, but anyway, this is how I've got mine set up. I know that different people like to do different things with theirs, and we're all anglers and we all need our stickers. And I found a little way that I can keep the fly safe from running around a inflatable kayak. So I only carry just a few flies when I go fishing anyway, not the whole box. So this is the toolbox from earlier, and when I'm getting ready to pack up, this is where I keep the anchor, the grab anchor, obviously the tool caddy. There's my emergency bits and pieces if I have a punch or anything. So it just packs up quite nicely. And yeah, so that's that one easy. In the seat box, this is where I keep, again, when I'm finished for the day, air pump is in there, power pack's in there. I'm going to try and figure out how to get the push motor in there as well, because I want to try and keep everything compact into just two boxes that needs to be moved and moved around. But yeah, I've got air pump. It's quite literally just an almost air pump. It's 12 volt. It cuts off at the setting you put it on, and I run it off a power bank. There's actually a jump pack for cars and trucks, and I've got the cigarette lighter end on there, so it's quite easy to just move that around on there. So, and then that all just goes on that. Done. And I've got a water resistant seat cover on there. Here we go. We are now all packed up. So everything has gone back into the seat box or the toolbox. And as you can see, that is the actual boat itself, kayak, all nicely deflated. Like I said, I need to rework those. It's the only thing that I'm struggling with, is getting no way to stow them, because I don't want to leave them on the bank, get nicked, stuff like that. So, but I do need them to get the kayak from the vehicle to the launch point, when you can't park close enough to the launch point. So it just makes supposedly life a bit easier, but I'll figure those ones out. Right, signing off, waiting for a nice day to actually get this on the water and actually get some fishing now that the season's opening tomorrow.